The preview for the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville brings a moment that many viewers did not expect. In the short clip, the focus suddenly shifts to the Scott family and their father. Tisha and Kimmi are sitting with him, and the moment becomes very interesting because of the way he responds to them. It is not the reaction many people thought they would see. The scene begins with different conversations happening around the group. The Scott brothers are talking and there's tension in the air. At one point, someone says that a bed does not exist in a gym, and another person argues back. The tone of the conversation feels heated, but also a little playful. It is one of those family arguments where people talk over each other and try to prove their point. One brother says that the other is always ready to throw him under the bus. That statement shows that there may be some frustration between them. Family members often joke with each other, but sometimes those jokes come from real feelings. When someone says they feel like they are always being blamed, it usually means there is a deeper issue behind the words. The conversation continues with both sides trying to defend themselves. One person says that when it is time to blame him, everyone is ready to do it, but when it is time to defend him, nobody speaks up. That statement shows that he feels unsupported. In many families, these kinds of feelings build over time. After that moment, the clip shifts to another conversation. Someone asks Destiny about her mother. The question seems simple, but Destiny's reaction shows that the situation is more complicated than it appears. When she is asked if she's going to see her mom, she pauses and gives a quiet answer. Destiny explains that sometimes she expects her mother to show up for important moments, but that does not always happen. You can see on her face that this is something emotional for her. Family relationships are not always easy, and sometimes people carry pain from past experiences. She also mentions that she feels nervous about the meeting. She even says that she is trying not to have an anxiety attack. This shows how serious the moment is for her. Meeting a parent after a difficult relationship can bring up many emotions at once. Her heart is racing and she seems unsure about what will happen when they finally meet. Some people watching this scene may feel sympathy for Destiny. Reconnecting with family can be exciting, but it can also bring fear and uncertainty. While Destiny deals with her own emotional situation, the preview moves to another part of the story. The Scott family appears again, and this is where the surprising moment happens. Marsau and Maurice greet their father, and the mood seems friendly at first. They hug him and ask how he is feeling. The greeting feels warm and respectful. It is clear that they are happy to see him. Then Tisha and Kimmi sit down with him on the couch. The moment looks calm, but it quickly becomes awkward. Tisha asks him how he is doing today. His answer surprises everyone. Instead of giving a normal response, he says that he is upset. His tone is serious, and both Tisha and Kimmi look shocked. Their faces show that they were not expecting that answer. They immediately ask him why he is upset. It seems like a natural question. When someone says they are angry or upset, people usually want to understand the reason. But his response creates even more confusion. He tells them that he cannot talk about the reason because it is family business. That moment changes the entire tone of the scene. Tisha and Kimmi are sitting right there with him, and many viewers might think that they are also part of the family. After all, Kimmi has been married to Maurice for several years. She officially became part of the family when she married him. Tisha has also been with Marsau for a very long time and shares children with him. In many ways, both women have been part of the Scott family for years. Because of that history, the comment about family business feels a little uncomfortable. It almost sounds like he is separating them from the inner circle. That is why the moment feels slightly embarrassing for them. The cameras capture their facial expressions, and it is clear they did not expect that response. They look surprised and maybe even a little confused. It is one of those reality TV moments where silence says more than words. Production likely knew that this scene would get attention. Showing that short clip in the preview creates curiosity for the next episode. Viewers will want to know exactly what the father was talking about and why he refused to explain it in front of them. Some people might wonder if he simply did not want to discuss the topic on camera. Reality TV can sometimes make people uncomfortable, especially older family members who are not used to sharing private matters in public. If that was the case, he could have said that he preferred not to discuss the topic on television. But instead, he chose to say that it was family business. That specific wording makes the moment feel more dramatic. It also raises questions about how Tisha and Kimmi will react later. On reality shows, moments like this often lead to confessional interviews where cast members share their thoughts. There is a chance they might respond to his comments in those interviews. They might laugh about it and say he's old-fashioned. Or they might explain that he belongs to a generation that believes family problems should stay private. Some families believe that personal matters should never be discussed outside the home. That kind of mindset is common among older generations. Many parents and grandparents grew up believing that family issues should remain secret. They were taught to handle problems quietly without sharing them with outsiders. At the same time, reality TV is built on sharing personal stories. That is why this moment stands out so much. The show depends on open conversations, but the father seems to prefer privacy. Another interesting detail in the preview is the appearance of Uncle Rick. Marsau greets him warmly, and it seems like he has just arrived. The scene suggests that the family may have traveled to Michigan for this visit. Family gatherings like this often bring many emotions to the surface. When relatives meet after some time apart, old conversations and unresolved issues can come back again. Along with the Scott family storyline, the preview also shows updates about other cast members. One small moment shows the group discussing Micah. They mention that he is studying for the bar exam. The bar exam is a major step for anyone who wants to become a lawyer. Preparing for it requires a lot of time and focus. The conversation suggests that everyone is aware of how important this moment is for him. While that topic is discussed, Destiny's storyline continues in the background. Her upcoming meeting with her mother remains one of the most emotional parts of the episode. In the preview, when the camera shows her face, you can clearly see her anxiety. She looks nervous and uncertain. Her body language shows that she is trying to stay calm even though her emotions are strong. Many viewers will likely feel connected to this moment because family relationships can be complicated. Seeing someone prepared to face a difficult conversation with a parent can be very powerful. Another storyline that appears briefly in the preview involves Ken and Trish. Their relationship has already shown signs of tension, and the therapy session with Dr. Francis highlights those problems even more. Dr. Francis is known for guiding couples through difficult conversations. His goal is usually to help both people understand each other better. But sometimes the truth that comes out in therapy can be hard to hear. During the session, Trish describes a situation where Ken supposedly called her while she was at the gym. According to her story, he thought the noise in the background sounded like a bed squeaking. Ken reacts strongly to this claim. He becomes upset and says that the story is not true. He believes she is trying to make him look jealous or insecure. The argument becomes intense because both of them describe the situation in completely different ways. When two people remember the same event differently, it can create serious conflict. Ken eventually says something very direct. He tells the therapist that he believes Trish is a compulsive liar. That statement is shocking to hear in a counseling session. Calling someone a liar in front of a therapist shows how frustrated he has become. It also raises questions about why the relationship is continuing if the trust between them is so weak. Trust is one of the most important parts of any relationship. Without it, even small disagreements can turn into major arguments. That is why their situation feels so complicated. Many viewers might wonder why the couple stays together despite these constant disagreements. Sometimes relationships continue because people still care about each other, even when they struggle to communicate. Other times, people stay together because they hope things will improve. Therapy can sometimes help couples rebuild trust and learn better ways to express their feelings. As the preview comes to an end, the focus returns to the earlier moment with the Scott family father. His short but strong response remains one of the most talked about parts of the clip. By saying that the topic was family business, he created a moment that viewers will remember. It leaves everyone wondering what the secret might be and whether it will be revealed in the next episode. Moments like this are a big part of why reality shows keep audiences interested. A single sentence can create a lot of curiosity and start many conversations among fans. When the next episode airs, people will be watching closely to see how Tisha and Kimmi react. They might address the comment directly, or they might try to move past it. Either way, the preview has already done its job by creating anticipation. Fans now have several storylines to follow, including Destiny's emotional meeting, the Scott family tension, and the ongoing struggles between Ken and Trish. All of these moments together show why the show continues to keep viewers talking. Every episode brings new conversations, surprising reactions, and personal stories that unfold in unexpected ways.